Hey YouTube, this is going to be a in my mailbox haul or library haul, whatever you want to call it, what I'm reading or what I'm going to be reading. So I almost always get books from the library now, and then I have a stack of books to read, and I'll do a video on that in a minute, or later, depending. But this is what I've been reading recently and what I'm about to read. So the first thing, The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I had a subscriber recommend this, and I think I might do a separate review for this, but it is a memoir. It is about a girl and her family and her parents who are basically not very responsible, and they're kind of like live like this really poverty-stricken life, and her parents are always on the move, and it's a very objective story. So yeah, I might do a review on that, but the spoiler alert is that I was kind of disappointed, or kind of like when you go to see a movie and you think the movie is good, but you don't leave feeling good, you know? Okay, so anyhow, the next thing, this is very fun. This is called Dark Lover. It is part of the Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward. This is super fun. I am about that far, so almost, I guess, 3/4 of the way through. This is just a really fun read. I've been reading the Sookie Stackhouse vampire books. Twilight was okay. I think it was kind of crap, but it was a fun read. It just, by the 4th book in Twilight, Breaking Dawn, I was pissed and not very on board with a teenage, you know, dramatic story relationship. Sorry, Twilight fans. One of my friends is a nutso fan. She went to see the movie like 13 times in the theater, and she's obsessed, but I just wasn't that impressed with the writing. I admit I couldn't put it down. I didn't think it was that well written. It was just a fun read. Anyway, this is kind of the same. It's a little cheesy. The characters, to me, aren't super well developed, so we'll see how the series goes and if they're better. This is very racy, too. I haven't read a book like this in a very long time that's really got some steamy scenes in it. So, Dark Lover by J.R. Ward, that's the first in the series. And it's very similar kind of to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but from the side of the vampires. And the Slayers in this are much different, but it's kind of interesting, like, and as usual in any kind of paranormal situation, like, all the questions you have are like, oh, well, it's magic, so anything is possible, which is frustrating to me. I want, like, a better explanation of how people can live without a heart. Essentially, the Slayers are soulless, heartless humans, and I'm like, well, how can they be alive if they don't have a heart? And the vampires are more human-like. They eat food, and they have a pumping heart and, I guess, breath. I don't know if they breathe or not. I would assume so if they have a heartbeat. So it's just different. There's a lot of questions I have, and like I said, it's a little bit of fluff. It's more like a fun read. It's not for if you only read like classic literature or, you know, hardcore stories like that. They're never going to have it in the high school or college for reading required material. The next thing I got, I have not read this yet. I'm in the process of reading Dark Lover. And this is a book called Drunk, Divorced, and Covered in Cat Hair. And it's by Lori Perry, aka Crazy Aunt Pearl. I read her blog all the time online. There's the name down there. So that's how you spell Aunt Pearl, with a P-U-R-L. But Lori Perry has a blog. It's really funny and cute. She does a lot of, she's starting to do book club stuff. She talks a lot about crocheting and knitting, which I'm not that into, but her writing is very funny. So I got this from the library finally, and she has a new book that just came out too. And there's pictures in the back, so you can see what she looks like and her cats. She's a crazy cat lady. So anyhow, this should be fun to read because her blog is very enjoyable. And then the other two books that I just got from the library today, the next book in the Sookie Stackhouse series by Charlene Harris, Dead as a Doornail. These books are very fun. I like her other books as well. She has a couple other series. Oh, look, this one has a magic note in it, or a envelope somebody left behind. Never know what you're going to find from the library. I think this is the 5th book, I think. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I don't know if you watched True Blood, but in the last one, I think, Dead to the World, Sookie gets it on with Eric, and it's very steamy and hot. And I've only seen the first 2 seasons, I think, whatever's released on Netflix, I think the first 2. And they're very different from the books. So I like True Blood, but I like the books better. I like the much more developed society and all the different paranormal species that they talk about. And I don't know, like, I'm not that big of a fan of Bill, so Eric to me is much more interesting. And the last book, Dead to the World, was just awesome. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this one. Since the characters from the TV show are different. And I'm waiting for the next season to be released on Netflix. It's taking forever. I think season 3. Yeah, season 3 I'm waiting for. So, darn you, Netflix. In the meantime, I'm watching Big Love, which just came out, the latest season, season 4, Big Love. So good. About Mormon polygamists. So good. And then this is the last one I picked up by Jenny McCarthy, Love, Lust, and Faking It. The Naked Truth About Sex, Lies, and True Romance. And I think Jenny McCarthy's still pretty funny. I used to watch her when she was on that crazy dating show on MTV, which I can't even remember now. What's it called? I'll think of it. But yeah, she was so goofy and quirky, and I don't know, she can be a little over the top, which I thought she was a great match with Jim Carrey. I don't know what happened, but I thought they were like the perfect couple because they're both kind of over the top weird. So we'll see what this book is all about, but I know after I read the Chelsea Handler books, I've been wanting like another funny comedy female type of book. So I'd read Mail too. The new Steve Martin book, Object of Beauty, is on my list too. I have yet to get that in at the library. But yeah, I really like books by comedians. I think they're just lighthearted reads that are really fun. And I try to alternate, so I'll read like cheesy romance, then I'll read, something that's a little more serious, and I like nonfiction a lot more now that I'm older. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Recommendations, and yeah. So that is all for now. I'll probably do a what's on my reading shelf that I haven't gotten to yet video, and I hope you're doing well. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me comments and ask me questions and tell me about books you like and all that good stuff. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.